This episode is brought to you by Hyperice, the leader in advanced warm-up and recovery technology. They have tons of innovative products, like Venom-heated wearables to help soothe sore back muscles, Normatec compression boots to speed up recovery and increase circulation, and Hypervolt massage guns to improve mobility. Loved by athletes like Naomi Osaka and Erling Haaland. Try them yourself. Get 10% off your order with the code MOVE at hyperice.com.
Why take one vacation with the family when you could take all of them? With Royal Caribbean, you don't just go to the beach. You visit a private island and race down the tallest water slide in North America. You don't just go for a road trip. You ATV and zip line through the jungle. You don't just go somewhere new. You rappel down waterfalls and discover ancient temples. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Survivor 46 is here, and so is On Fire, the only official Survivor podcast, and we have a twist this season. The winner of Survivor 45, Dee Valladares, will be joining us every week.
We're going behind the scenes of the biggest moments, the how and the why things happen, and the strategy and analysis you can only get from someone like me, a Survivor winner.
Listen to On Fire, the official Survivor podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Team GB are in Poland this summer, but it's all eyes on Paris next year.
Hello, my name's Charlie Davison, 54 kilo GB boxer.
I'm Caden Cunningham.
Hi, my name's Deshaun Ben Ashmill.
Hey everyone, I'm William Deary from Sabre Fencing.
Hi, I'm Penny. And I'm Bryony, and we're at the Recurve Women Archery team along with Jessica.
Witamy w Polsce.
Welcome to Poland. Welcome to Team GB at the European Games. I'm John.
And I'm Michael, and coming up you'll hear from the British stars who performed in Poland this summer with an eye on Paris next year.
Hi, I'm Jay Jones and newly crowned European Games champion 2023.
Being the guy to get that spot is just another tip on top of that, so me and Dave will be battling out on show for the next year.
Hi, I'm Abby Brown.
Hi, I'm Meg Jones. I'm co-captain of
the gold medalist GB Sevens team.
In this third edition of the European Games, it's been a stunning start for Team GB, who have already won a range of gold, silver and bronze medals across 8 different disciplines and sports so far.
And as with all good sport, there's been thrilling stories, surprises, comebacks and new names to grab your attention. This is Team GB at the European Games.
Cześć, jak się masz?
Hello, how are you? It's a question we asked Jay Jones, the double Olympic taekwondo champion whose famous celebrations of lifting and running around with the Union flag in London and Rio are forever in our memories. In a COVID-restricted Tokyo, there were no such celebrations. But now, the 30-year-old Welsh fighter is back on the podium, back winning gold, and back in front of supporters cheering her on too.
I know, it did feel like, yes, I'm back. I've done a lot of games and it's gone right so many times. And then obviously Tokyo was a blip for me. So it was nice to kind of prove it was a blip, be back on top of that podium. Like you said, the national flag up in the air. It felt good to be back.
How big a competition was this for you then en route to Paris?
Yes, it was a, very important competition. Qualification for Paris isn't guaranteed. Like I said, it's been a harder journey this time. I've really had to put a bit of graft in, to try and qualify. We find out basically in December if we've done enough. So it was 40 important ranking points. So yeah, super important and obviously good for confidence and good for selectors, things like that.
And what can you recall? What can you reflect on how competition went?
I was just really enjoying it, to be fair. I think I did really well in Rome last week as well, so that gave me a bit of confidence back. And then I was just trying to relax, enjoy it, and kind of trust my instincts, trust my body, trust that, I am the better fighter. And then I actually really enjoyed it. And then next minute you're in the final and you're, going for the gold. And so I just, thoroughly enjoyed it, kicking people in the head like I used to.
Family there this time as well. How important was that?
Oh yeah, no, it's lovely. Like I said, I love my family being there, and everyone always says, when my family are there, I manage to perform. So there's only 2 of them out here this time, but yeah, it was amazing just to have them there and, seeing them in the crowd and the little face.
because you talk about Tokyo being a blip. How much did you miss having that support network? And I think we spoke after Tokyo and you talked about missing having your team around you, which obviously we couldn't do for those games.
Yeah, it was like the total opposite of, how I perform basically. Like I love the biggest moment, do you know what I mean? So the bigger the crowd, the bigger the moment, the more I kind of like come alive. So for me, obviously, do you know what I mean? It's not an excuse. People struggled the same, but it was just so hard to kind of do it under them circumstances. It just, didn't happen for me and wasn't meant to be. So yeah, I did miss the crowds. I did miss my family being there. So hopefully, qualify in Paris, and I'm sure, there'll be a big crowd, and I'm sure there'll be lots of, my crazy family there to support me again.
Because 2012, 2016, not only did you win a medal, you won the medal, 2 gold medals. Was it difficult to process coming back from Tokyo, not being Olympic champion?
Yeah, it was. To be fair, like I said, it was weirder than I thought. I think now looking back, like leading into it, I just wasn't in the right place. Like I was kind of like crying every day, in training and stuff. I obviously, like I said, didn't realise it, but I just wasn't in a good place. And then when I did actually lose, it was just more like, oh, it's over. Like, thank God. Like, yeah, like it was weird. Like at first I didn't cry. I was just kind of like, oh, it's done. And I thought I was retired. Do you know what I mean? Like didn't enjoy it anymore. Kind of, fell out of love with the sport. And then it wasn't until after, that I realised how much the sport has done for me, how much I genuinely do love it. And then I realised that I was fearing losing it instead of hungry to win it like I have all the other times.
And what was the timeline when you got home to having those thoughts of retirement and then thinking to yourself, do you know what? I can go again and I can be European Games champion in a couple of years and another Olympics in me?
Yeah, it didn't take me long, to be fair. I think a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks, if that, do you know what I mean? Just, I miss it straight away. I love the fight. And it was more the feeling of that wasn't me in Tokyo, so there's no way I'm finishing like that.
We must just say you're at the airport heading home. That's what the Tannoy announcement is. Paris must be very much now on your agenda. So what happens between now and then? It's under 400 days to go now. It's come around very quick because of the delays, obviously.
Yeah, so we've had like 3 back-to-back competitions, so it's been a very hard period, a qualifying period for the Olympics. So I've got a 2-week holiday now, which totally, switch off, and then straight back into it. Then we've got a few more Grand Prix and have to finish off that qualifying period. But yeah, all systems go now. I think it's like a year to go till Paris, so it's I can't believe it's here, really.
Double Olympic champion, now double European Games gold medalist Jay Jones, adding success this week in Poland to her victory in 2015. And what a games for GB Taekwondo. They ended up with 2 golds, 1 silver and 2 bronze.
I'm Kieran Cunningham and I got a gold in the Euro Games plus 87 kilo division. Winning the gold feels amazing. It's good to get 2 golds back to back, and it's a title I've wanted for a little while, so it's good. It's a good prep ahead of what I'm going to be doing next year at Paris Olympics. The experience here with Team GB has been amazing. They've really helped me out a lot to get here and sort it all out. It's been a really good event. Yeah, amazing to be fighting for them and winning the gold.
I'm Aaliyah Powell, a GB Taekwondo athlete, and I just won bronze here at the Euro Games in Poland. To win bronze, it was kind of a different feeling for this competition because it was, like a bronze medal you had to fight off in a reportage, which is different to what I've done before. I've never done that before. So after losing the semi-final and then having to mentally shut it off and just focus on, winning the bronze and coming home with something. It was new for me, but I think it was a good challenge and a good way to kind of prep for if that happened in the future. I'm consistently medaling and not necessarily getting the medals that I want. Obviously, I came here for gold and that's what I wanted.
I'm Madison Moore. I fight minus 49 kilos in Taekwondo. Winning the bronze medal today, I knew what I was there for and I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I worked hard for it and I did it. So it's a really, really sweet feeling in the end. Being able to represent Team GB it's kind of like a childhood dream of mine. It's still something I have to kind of pinch myself to be a part of. Team GB have looked after us so well. in the hotels, and I even got a teddy, and I was so happy about the teddy. But I'm thoroughly enjoying myself.
Team GB sent 177 athletes to compete across 18 Olympic disciplines in Krakow. 10 of them were offering a guaranteed place at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games with victory, so-called direct quota spots. 20-year-old diver Eden Cheng booked the first of these European Games, and we'll hear from her in a moment. But firstly, a story about sevens, rugby sevens, and a story about heartbreak and triumph after a fourth-place finish in Tokyo just 2 years ago. Michael has more.
Fourth is not a failure. Fourth is not an underachievement. Fourth is not too shabby. But fourth means you have time to busy yourself with the overhead locker, as those bejewelled in gold, silver and bronze pose for portraits on the aircraft steps. Fourth means maybe next year for a question of sport. Fourth means those centre court Saturday tickets at Wimbledon, they're another person's day out. But bigger than that, bigger than all of that, it means your future, your fate, your focus, your funding is at stake. Where the path to Paris seemed inviting, an opportunity to improve on the near misses of Tokyo were there to be had, suddenly that path was a cul-de-sac. Suddenly that opportunity was unlikely. Thunderbolt, cash, restructure, rugby sevens, back in the game. A new Team GB era, replacing the home nations. A funded programme, and the Eiffel Tower suddenly looming into view. First though, to qualify. Could Poland provide the pathway? The winners of the European Games could begin looking at their metro routes to the Stade de France. But both GB men and women, that seemed unlikely. And so it proved. The women negotiated their pool. Norway annihilated. Italy vanquished. Czechia checked out. Germany in the quarter-finals. Belgium in the semi-finals. And then there were two. Team GB put Poland, the hosts, away with relative ease in a one-sided final. Fourth in Rio, fourth in Tokyo. For them Paris is another chance. Team GB women qualified. For the men, Romania, Lithuania and Portugal, pool games to be savoured. Germany, goodbye. Spain, so long. It was Ireland in the final. The Irish, not luck, skill and ability. They'll be gracing the games in Paris. Team GB's men will have to play the waiting game. Qualification, it would have been nice to know, but the flame still flickers and won't be extinguished just yet.
Hi, I'm Abby Brown and I'm the co-captain of the gold medalist GB Sevens team.
Hi, I'm Meg Jones. I'm co-captain of the gold medalist GB Rugby Sevens team.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're actually in a flat and I ran in next door and I was like, we're going to the Olympics! And just really excited. Like, we've spoken about this for the whole season and this has been our goal and our aim. And to actually come away and do it, and to do it in the manner and how clinical and the performances we put out there, just, yeah, it was amazing feeling. And today feels, I think, even better, even less sleep, but even better. So, yeah.
I think it was just a sense of relief, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it was.
We planned so much for this one peak and one pinnacle of our journey and I guess not career, but our year. That it all paid off in the end, and I think it was just a massive relief. Like, we've finally done it. Paris is now the aim. Yes, obviously gold medal on our necks, lovely, but our main aim is Paris, and to be the first female rugby GB sevens team to get a medal at the Olympic Games.
You can't have one without the other. The gold medal means qualification, but when you talk about that process, and we hear that word process in elite sport all the time, was it all about qualification for the Olympics for you? The fact that you are champions of the tournament is a lovely aside to that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, the qualification was the main aim, and the fact that we got to do it with Team GB in the European Games and actually come away with like a gold medal, and to hear the anthem, like, a lot of us hadn't been in a gold medal position like that and heard the anthem, so I think that was really special. But ultimately, like, we came here to qualify, and like Meg's saying, we've done that, but it's almost like, as athletes, like, right, what's next? Yeah, so you're like, okay, cool, so But even though we've got some time off now, I feel like, but we're just building something really cool over here. So you're like, I kind of want to stay in it, but that's just us as athletes. You just want in the next thing, really.
I think we looked at ourselves at the end and we kind of went, is it over?
Yeah.
Is it finished? Like, we enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
And you talk about the process and the journey, that we enjoyed that bit so much that the outcome was kind of, it looked after itself in some respects. So we were kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, it's cool that we won, but also really enjoyed how we got here.
Yeah.
So.
And was it great to be able to celebrate with family and friends as well? Because arguably what we've had over the last few years, that hasn't been possible.
Yeah, it was massive, wasn't it? We had so many fans out here, like family, friends, and a lot of people like in the Team GB community, I guess, with everyone coming over, like the media people, different sports came to watch. Like there was loads of people, wasn't there? And it was just so cool because, especially when you're playing in Poland, you can hear a lot of Polish fans, and actually to see a couple of GB flags in the stadium just is like, yeah, actually, like this is also what it's about. It's for the people that have helped us get to this bit, and we. Like Meg said, we speak about the process all the time, and we've enjoyed that bit, but we don't do it without our support of our family and friends.
I think they were actually louder than the Polish.
Yeah, I think they were.
the Polish were whistling, heckling them, booing them, and they just were relentless. And to be honest, that was something we said. We just wanted to be relentless the whole way through, and it was good that the supporters were on the same wave as us.
And it seems odd to ask you this question when you're both sat there with gold medals around your neck, but yesterday wasn't the end. Yesterday's, in actual fact, very much the beginning now. Is that a fair comment?
Definitely. We set out to qualify for Paris. And then, like I said, our main aim is to be the first GB women's sevens team to medal at the Olympic Games. And that is a huge, huge drive for us. Coming fourth in the last two, obviously falling just short of the medal. Yeah, we're very hungry. There's an ample amount of experience, Olympic experience, in this group, so it's about how we utilising that in the next cycle.
And I guess preparations for Paris now, with that being just over a year away, with you being a centrally funded program now, with you being Team GB, being able to prepare for that, not being the individual home nations, that can set you up, I guess, better than your ancestors, if you like, the teams that went in 2016 and the team that went in 2021.
Yeah, for sure. I think we've been so lucky that we've had this whole season as GB, and we've really, because it doesn't come overnight, like a bonding of a team doesn't come overnight. So actually, we've had a year, we've had ups, we've had downs, we've had challenges along the way, but actually, we've had, what is amazing is that the group has come so close together, and we are such a strong team now that actually I'm so excited for next season, because I'm like, if we can do everything we did last season but add more to it, and we've all got more experience, how much better can we be? And I think that's the bit that's so exciting, is that you're like, wow, we can really go and achieve something pretty cool. And I think we all believe it as well, which is the other side of it. So yeah, I think it's amazing. We get 2 years to prep before we go now into Paris.
It's the consistency, I think, that really will set us apart from what we've had previously.
Yeah.
Consistency with staff, consistency with players, and then we can almost build on those relationships. Because I think as well, people underestimate the power of staff members, and if they're fluctuating to and from a team all the time, like we've had like over the past years with England as well, it just makes a huge impact on the group, and in a negative way as well, as much as a positive way. So if we can have that consistency, then I think we'll be flying.
Yeah, agreed.
2 more questions to finish with from me. Cheeky one. You don't want to finish fourth again, do you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Now you've won this medal, you know what it's like. You want to be on that Olympic podium.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely.
I think that's the aim. Like, that's the minimum standard for us. Like, whatever colour the medal is, we'll obviously aim for gold, and we'll just go from there. Like, there's huge competition. We know that. We know we got a lot of work to do, so it's just about grafting hard now, having a bit of rest time, and then going straight into it.
And a tinge of sadness last night with the men winning a silver medal, but aiming, obviously, like you guys, to get that qualification for Paris and just missing out on that.
Yeah, that was hard to watch, wasn't it? And I think it was, we talk about highs and lows, and sevens is a beautiful sport, but it really does bring highs and lows, and all the emotions with it. And I think that was probably was hard because we were so happy for us, but then you're like, oh, so gutted for them because you can see it in their faces. Like, we know them so well. Like, we spend all our time with them. So you build a friendship, you build a bond, and actually we know that that's what they were after as well. But like, they've got another shot at it with the repechage, so we'll just have to support the boys as best we can. And put an arm around them if they need it.
Yeah, it's not over for them.
No, it's not at all.
There needs to be massive belief. Yes, okay, they didn't achieve this hurdle. That could have happened to us as well. And we also understood that even if we were in the final, we had another shot at this, of getting to the Olympics. You know, France, the women French team, they went to the repechage before Tokyo. They came out of Tokyo with a silver medal. Yeah. So anything is genuinely possible in this game because, like Abby says, this game is so unforgiving. You make one error, you're on the wrong end of the stick. So, yeah, it's a beautiful game, but also crazy.
It is.
Well, lovely words for the guys there last night. Beaten, but as you say, they're not buried, and we wish them luck in their continuing ambition, of course, to qualify. And we say good luck to you in Paris. You are there, you are qualified, and congratulations on the gold medal. And thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, terrific to hear from the co-captains there as well on that magnificent gold medal. And I remember being in Rio, actually, when Team GB won their first ever medal in the rugby sevens as it made its debut back in 2016. That was a silver for the British men. It was just a terrific achievement, a terrific night, and I really thought rugby sevens truly belonged on that Olympic stage. So I'm just really pleased now that the teams have a year to prepare for Paris. Fingers crossed the men get there as well as the women. I just can't wait to see them at the Stade de France. This is Team GB at the European Games. There's much more at the website, teamgb.com. Still to come, we'll hear from diver Eden Cheng. We'll be talking BMX freestyle and artistic swimming, and we'll tell you all about a Team GB world record as well.
Why take one vacation with the family when you could take all of them? With Royal Caribbean, you don't just go to the beach. You visit a private island and race down the tallest water slide in North America. You don't just go for a road trip. You ATV and zip line through the jungle. You don't just go somewhere new. You rappel down waterfalls and discover ancient temples. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
This is Team GB at the European Games, and another place in Paris booked. Eden Cheng became the toast of the British diving team when she grabbed gold with a final dive in the women's 10-metre platform final and booked a Team GB spot at the Olympics. For someone.
Coming into these games, I definitely knew what was at stake. I now am based in the States, and I came back to the national championships this summer in Sheffield, and I was told by many people that I was quite likely to go to these games, and the pressure of like getting this spot, I did definitely feel it be put on me. I honestly don't know what I would have done if I hadn't got the spot, because I was really in tunnel vision for it. So, I mean, the competition itself was a bit of a roller coaster, and there were times where I just thought it was out of my grasp. But I've been in a lot of different competitions that have that kind of roller coaster feel to them. So I kind of just tried to keep my calm, and I caught it.
Because I hope you've got lots of messages from your fellow GB divers saying thank you and well done because of the spot that you've booked.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of my teammates have reached out, and it definitely does lift a little bit of pressure off for the team going to Worlds this summer, because that is the primary competition for all of these qualifications to come in place. So yeah, it means that the girls only really need to get one more spot.
How much do you look at the scoreboard when that competition is going on? Because that final dive you did, I think you leapt from fourth to first, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I don't usually look at the scores because I get nervous, because I could tell myself like, oh, I need a big one, but sometimes for me I found that I haven't delivered on those types of fronts. So I saw that, you know, I knew I did a not so good dive in round 4, and I was kind of kicking myself because I knew I could have done it better. And then because I was the last diver, I could see where the rankings were, and I wasn't focused on where I was focused on the points that I was at. I kind of tried to just let my body take over. Afterwards, I kind of felt like it was a bit of an out of body experience. It hasn't really hit. I mean, even now speaking about it hasn't really hit me.
Eden Cheng speaking to John. Another pair of Team GB athletes with their eyes firmly set on Paris were the first British medalists of the European Games. Kieran Riley won gold in the BMX freestyle, finally beating his French rival Anthony Jean-Jean into silver. Riley becomes the first man in history to win a gold medal for Team GB in BMX freestyle park, while Declan Brooks claimed bronze to match his success at Tokyo 2020.
Kieran, to start with, many congratulations. Obvious question, how does it feel?
Amazing. I mean, this was the goal coming in, and after getting silver last year, I want to get a bit of redemption and get a run done that I was actually happy with. So to get that done here and for that run to get the top spots was amazing.
And that first run was pretty impressive, but the second one was even better.
Yeah, it's kind of like a thing in BMX. A lot of times when we've got that format of 2 runs best run counts, you kind of put a safe run down or a safer run to get a score on the board, and then that just gives you the opportunity to take a risk in the second run, and you're still hopefully somewhere up there on the leaderboard. So that's what I've done, and it just paid off. It took the pressure off a little bit for the second run, so I felt a little bit more confident, and yeah, it worked out.
And the fact that you were waiting for your big French rival, Jean-Jean, to finish his round before you knew whether you'd won, how was that?
I was tense. I didn't actually. It was the exact same position last year. I was sitting in first, and John went in last rider, and all the cameras were on us for the reaction. And then when he bumped us down to silver, I was obviously a bit bummed. So to have that again, the pressure was definitely on, but I knew he was feeling it as well, and he rode amazing. But luckily, I just managed to take that top spot.
Now, Declan, I'm trying to start the hashtag always on an Olympic podium. How does bronze medal feel after your Olympic bronze and now your European bronze?
Yeah. Well, I can't seem to crack bronze by the looks of it. It feels pretty good. Always room for improvement. My first run went down pretty well. Tried to push it a little bit more in the second, but wasn't my day on that one.
And what's an European Games like, Declan? You were at Tokyo. It was slightly different. I'm assuming the European Games here, the atmosphere, the crowds is a totally different feeling for you and makes you excited ahead of Paris next year.
Yeah, this is what the Games I feel like should have felt like. It would just be on a bigger scale next year. So I'm excited to see that if we qualify a spot. But yeah, the Krakow's amazing. It's our first time here. Crowds have been good. The village is pretty cool, and we've been into Krakow a few times, and yeah, it's a lovely place.
Kieran, how did you celebrate last night?
Not a traditional celebration after getting gold, but we all went out and played mini golf. So straight after winning the competition, right into another one, got to mini golf. A little bit of a bet going on between me, Dec, and one of our staff, the psych. So that was good. Did get a bottle of champagne off Team GB as well, so that went down nicely just before. But yeah, it was good to just get all the team together. Like, everyone had put so much in this week to help me and Dec get where we were. So
who won the mini golf?
Our sports psychologist. He won. I got second. Dec got third. Just can't crack that bronze.
Yeah.
All eyes on Paris. Qualification wise, you get some points for this. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll be fighting it out between each other to get there.
With BMX, getting a spot for your country is a challenge in itself, and then being the guy to get that spot is just another tip on top of that. So me and Dec will be battling out, I'm sure, for the next year, as well as the other 4 or 5 amazing riders we've got back home. So all looking to get this one spot. So we'll see what happens.
Great to catch up with Kieran and Dec, and it'll be interesting to see who grabs that one place in Paris for the BMX freestyle boys. Don't forget, there's much more information on the European Games and the journey to Paris. Check out teamgb.com.
Wow, to jest wspaniale.
That's amazing. That's incredible. And so many Team GB stories to tell you about at these 2023 European Games. Team GB archer Ella Gibson broke a world record with a score of 715 in the qualifiers of the women's individual compound.
In fencing, Will Deary became the first Team GB athlete in history to win a medal with the sabre. Since fencing first featured at the birth of the modern Olympic Games in 1896, no Team GB athlete has ever made the podium spot in a sabre event, despite successes in foil and épée.
It's been a really short but really intense day today. So we had our group stages this morning, where I lost to one of the fencers in the final, but won all the rest of the matches, and then had 3 pretty intense, pretty close matches. I won the quarterfinal by 1 hit, 15-14. And unfortunately lost the semi-final by 1 hit, 15-14, but it's how this sport goes. And it's been a great atmosphere here, the venue is amazing, Team GB have been amazing, so yeah, thanks to everyone, and yeah, it's been a pleasure to be here.
The Games also mark the first time in history Team GB have competed in breaking, with B-boy Kid Karam and B-boy Sonny both taking to the floor in the men's round robin. And 17-year-old Lanjo Tomlin became the first man ever to win a medal for Team GB in artistic swimming, after he and Beatrice Crass claimed bronze in the mixed duet technical, and they went on to bag a second bronze in the free.
I think we're both very, very proud, and like our coach and together of us, we're very proud. I think coming to this competition, our main goal was to, just perform well and not get any base marks, which is like the kind of penalties in our sport. I think that was our main goal. So we never really had in mind the goal to medal. So when we actually did get the medal, it was a really big shock. It was really proud that we, were able to achieve that.
With all the new rule changes that are happening in artistic swimming, the issue of base marks is quite prominent. So going out there and swimming routines without getting base marks was a really big thing. And then on top of that, being able to bring home 2 bronze medals was just an incredible feeling. So yeah, it was great.
And Beatrice, you realise now you're going to be the answer in a quiz question, don't you, the two of you? People will be asking who was the first British male artistic swimmer and who was his partner. What's he like, though, in and out of the pool? What's he like? Tell us a bit about him.
We're best friends, so we obviously get on really well, and I think he's just a natural comedian. At training, he just tries to make the mood light and try and have as much fun as possible in training. Although we do a lot of hard work, and we're there 9 till 5 or longer most days.
And Lanjo, what does Beatrice bring to this partnership then? She's had her say. The floor is yours.
Quite annoying. No, I'm joking. I definitely say she's very hardworking, and I really appreciate her ethic towards the training, and that really motivates me, because she's doing so well, and she's really fighting everything that we do, even on hard days. So yeah, I find her very motivating, an environment that we work in. Yeah, she's just an honor to work with, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
Do widzenia, dziękujemy bardzo.
Goodbye and thank you. This is Team GB at the European Games. There's much more at the website, teamgb.com. What a terrific European Games. The 3rd edition of this particular continental contest, and more history-making moments for Team GB, but I think more importantly, and as we've been hearing, some quota spots secured for Paris and qualification spots for the next Olympic Games as well. Plenty more to come, of course, after the terrific success of the European Games.
Do widzenia, dziękujemy bardzo.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.